I've got to say, just excuse me, I've got my twins in the background and they are playing with like musical blocks, so they're rattling. But it's a real life experiment, so I'm letting you into my real life rather than it being all beautiful and quiet and in front of a lovely backdrop upstairs when the kids are asleep. So I've had them on 3.5 hours. There's a couple of caveats before we get into what's happening. So first of all, when you first get LipSense, your lips need to get into condition. They go through an exfoliation phase. And my lips are 1 week into their exfoliation phase. So my wear time with LipSense is not going to be as long right now as it's going to be eventually. The second caveat is, particularly with the bold colours, we talk about if you want your waterline to stay really well, there's a technique for doing it. You dry the inside of your waterline and you put your waterline on separately and all that sort of thing. But I didn't want to spend time doing that on the video this morning because I wanted to save your time because it's precious and I don't want to waste your time. So with that in mind, I have got a slight bit of waterline, but not really that bad, particularly on the LipSense. You can see where this angle and this angle is exactly where I did them this morning on the LipSense. But this high street competitor's been migrating slowly along my lips. And when we're comparing waterlines, this one's a lot worse. It's really going in the corners there. In fact, if you look here, it's really going. Okay, also, I've realised there's a lot more to this than just whether it's physically on my lips. So this has faded a lot. Like this morning, we were working together, you and I, and we were working on which colour was the closest dupe for this shade. And this morning, they were reasonably similar. This one was slightly lighter, but and slightly sheerer. But still, this one has got exactly the same vibrancy. This LipSense has got the same vibrancy that it had this morning. This one's faded a lot. It's not just that it's coming off physically all the way. It's coming off in layers. I've been religiously applying the High Street's lip balm whenever I've been applying my glossy gloss. I mean, which would you choose, right? Sorry, Zachary's playing the piano. We have a stool set up so that he can play the piano. They can just help themselves. I'm quite into children doing self-directed learning because I think when I was growing up, my piano lessons were a bit of a nightmare and I hated it. Whereas for me, I'm like, well, if I leave the piano available for them, they will do it of their own enjoyment. Anyway, that is a total tangent. That's just me being a mum and being real with you guys. Okay, so I'm about to, the scary thing is I'm about to go out and start my day outside the house. So I'm going to have to go around with like this shoddy lipstick on. But also the other thing that's important to bear in mind is, again, it's not just about how long it lasts. So if I was to run my tongue along these two sides, the difference in the feeling, the texture of my lips is astonishing. This side is like mountains and valleys. It's so wrinkly and so dry, even though right before this video I reapplied my glossy and my balm. You can see like the massive cracks. My lips are aging me right now because you can see those enormous wrinkles. I mean, I've still got some wrinkles because the other caveat I have to say is I'm so terrible at drinking water. I'm supposed to be drinking water. Like, LipSense can't cure dehydration, so there is an element of that. But, I mean, this is being exacerbated by this High Street brand. And from a sensation to wear point of view, this one just feels like new lipstick that you've just put on. This one really, I can feel that I've had it on for hours. And it's doing exactly what I hate long life lipsticks. And it's making them feel dry and withered and wrinkly. So, yeah, that was my quick check-in with you guys. Zachary. Sorry. I will check in with you guys later and let you know how it's surviving. See you.